everybody. I'm always just playing around with that camera, making sure it's as straight as possible. It looks pretty straight to me when I see it on my iPad. So I just wanted to say good evening and thanks for joining me tonight. I have to say I'm very, very excited that next month we're going to be live back at the library on June 10th. So I'm super duper excited because I miss so many of you, and I hope that I get to see a lot of my regulars. I don't get the list to see who signs up for the class, so you know, sometimes I just I go by the comments and swipe left to reveal comments, right, left. All right, so there we go. I see a few people, so I'm so excited. So thank you so much, ladies. I have to tell you a story though. I ran into a lady at the bank, and she used to take my classes, and she didn't look familiar. I felt so sad. She's like, oh, I did it years ago, because I was trying to figure out how many years I'm at the library, and I think it's like 11 now. So, or even more, I don't know. But anyway, I'm just so happy that you guys are on. And it is just a little before 7, like a minute. So I'm just going to just tell you, just to talk, because the names that I see, I don't really know many of you by your name. Your face, most likely, and I probably could put the two together. But just wanted to just say, do me one favor, please do not open up all your bags. Just put out your piece of blue background paper, and I'm just going to move the sample because this is what we're creating. I could try that again. This is what we are creating this evening. So it's very exciting. Love blooms here. And it's such a gorgeous day for this layout, right? Because today was a gorgeous day. So this is our one sheet of our background paper. And let's see, you have 2 bags that were in the front of your of the large bag. One, you'll see the words that say blooms, and the other one, you don't see any. The word is escaping me. Photo mats or photo frames. So you have the other bag that has the fence, and then you have the other bag that has the photo frames and the fence. That's for the right side. We're going to be working on the left side first. So just to go over what we could use tonight in supplies, or tools, I should say. Your tape runner. And I love my little tape runner from Tombow. It's one of my favorites. I always have extras. I'm always afraid that something's going to break, so I always have extras, especially when I'm live. You never know what happens when you go live. Let's see. I have my tape runner. I have my glue pen by Zig, which you can get at Michael's, Joann's. I almost did AC Moore. So sad. I believe Hobby Lobby. About $3.99. Use a coupon if you can. I know they're very scarce these days, coupons. Always have a pair of scissors just in case. I have my, and it looks very dirty at the moment, my Adhesive Eraser. This is a really great thing to have with you when you're scrapbooking. I don't know if I ever really talked about it. They sell them in the Dollar Tree. So go to the Crafter's Square section and you can get one of these. It's actually a little tanner. This one's a little white, and you can see that it's really been used and abused. And most likely, I'll probably need it tonight so I can show you how to use it just in case you don't. But this is a really good thing to have when you're scrapbooking, especially when it's $1. If you're using a glue stick, this won't work for you. If you're using a tape runner, it will work for you. And they sell these at Joann's, and just use a 50% off coupon or a 40% off coupon, because the other 2 stores don't do that. They don't have coupons anymore. So go on to joanns.com and sign up for their app. I don't say joanns.com. Just go on their app, and then they send you coupons. So the app is free. No affiliation. Just trying to tell you to save some money so you can go out and buy something else. I am so hoping that I put pop dots in everybody's kits. So I'm just hoping that I didn't forget those. And that's really it. And thank you so much. I'm so glad we're going to be back in person too. Hooray! But anyway, and then you get to see my shenanigans in person. Just think it's all been pent up. So God knows, right? What's going to happen with me. So what we're going to do is we are going to start to put our title together. So let's just move our piece of paper so we don't get it all gooked up. And I'm going to just start to take everything out of the bag. There's a lot of little things in here, so just be very, very careful. I think you can see really well on this, this silicone mat that I bought. And now, of course, I get the whole thing down pat and now we're in person. But you know what? I'm so happy we're going to be in person. Okay, so paper is two-tone, two-sided. I use the lighter side of the darker gray for the photo frames, and I used the lighter side of the photo mats. So I'm just going to put these guys together. So I'm going to get rid of this so it will reduce my paper. So I did that, and that'll be really nice. Thank you so much for joining me tonight. I totally appreciate it. So let's see, we have this on the side. Let's see what we can reduce next. This is our base to our title, and there's two of them. So we're gonna match those guys up. That little piece at the top up here, kind of, when I look at it, just reminds me of like a bunny's ear. I don't know why. Maybe because bunnies were not too long ago. That's going to be at the top. So that's kind of important. You just want to make sure that that loopy-doopy guy is over on the left-hand side at the top, okay? So what we're going to do is I'm going to put some adhesive on the back of the white piece. I'm going to just center it, and then it should be centered pretty much throughout. Okay, so that's good. Now we have the sun, and if you look at the paper for the sun, it's two-sided. It's two-sided. It's two-toned, but it's the same paper. So what we want to do is we want to pick the lighter color for the background of the sun and the darker color for the center of the sun. So we're going to put that together. So now that pops, the color of that pops. So that's good. Let's get those little pieces off of there. So we're just going to get our pile together of goodies. All right. Now we're going to start to lay out our title. So on mine here, there's a little piece that just didn't pop out. So I'm just going to push that through. Just make sure everything cut out nicely. If you have a Xyron, I don't know if it'll fit. Nope, it doesn't fit, so I'm sorry. You can use either your Zig or you can use tape runner, whatever you feel comfortable using. I am going to use my tape runner because this one is the dotted Tombow. I think, what is it called? Dot adhesive. So whatever is doesn't catch the paper, it just kind of disappears. It's not a big deal. And I'm putting this using a silicone mat, so I won't have to deal with all of that little extra glue. So you're gonna just follow the center here. You kind of can see where the S is and the B is, the L, but I don't really, look at mine. Let's see. I just want to move mine over a little bit. That's another nice thing about this adhesive. If you don't push it down, it's not like a permanent thing just yet. It gives you a little bit a chance to fix mistakes, which I make lots of, and I have no problem telling you because I just make them. And I think it's okay to make mistakes. And I think it's even better to own up to them. But that's okay. So now I'm going to fit my love because it overlaps the bloom just a little bit. And the same thing with the H in here. It's going to overlap. If you want to use your zig, it would work just fine. I have to just tell you, I just do prefer just using my tape runner. And look, I have paint on my hands. Today I was a very crafty girl. I wanted to paint my nails and get my nails looking a little bit better for you guys, but I just got totally caught up in my crafts. I just want to tell you that the flowers, again, are double-sided. I am going to put adhesive on the lighter side because I want the bright side to show. And you can see exactly where those flowers go. I have one going on right there and one going on right here. The one that you can't really tell kind of goes right here, right in the center. And then you have these cute little dots that are in yellow. And I'm trying to flip mine over, so this one just keeps flipping over. The lighter side, I would like to put the adhesive on. And because I want the darker side to be showing. So darker side, brighter side, whatever side you'd like to call it. Okay. All right. So you guys, thanks again. I know I thanked you already, but for coming on tonight with me, but thank you. I'm so happy. All right. So let's see. We have that whole entire bag put together. And if I'm going a little too fast or anything at any time, just let me know. Kim said, bring them to the camera. I'm sorry if I'm too far apart, too far away. Here is the whole title. Okay. And so again, I put the bloom across, then I added the love and the here, and then the flowers. Sorry that I didn't see that, Kim. And then again with the sun, I did the lighter yellow, and then I did the darker yellow in the center. And then for the mats, I did the lighter of both grays, and then I matted them together. So this whole bag is complete. Okay. I'm just going to take all those goodies and just put those right on the side. And then we're going to start to work on the next bag. Okay. So in this bag, there's a lot of little things as well. We have our fence and our little parts of our fence. And all the other goodies. So just maybe check your bag to make sure your bag is empty. So that is always good. Of course, I have my cough drop in my mouth because I didn't cough all day. But when I was setting up the camera, I started to cough. It never, ever fails. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to just take these pieces and I am going to put them across my fence. Okay. Just to give it a little bit more interest and definition. So the fence looks a little bit more realistic. So my fence is together. Pretty simple. Just right across, you'll follow that. So I'm going to put that on the side. So now let's just see what all these other little goodies are. Oh, you know what I forgot? I forgot my little rivets in the fence. Rivets, I don't know if they're rivets. They're really not rivets. They're supposed to be nails. Rivets. My husband would probably cringe if he heard me. Rivets. See, this is why it's good to have extra tape with you, because my tape decided to take a dive. So let's just see if I can get it to work again before I take out another one. Okay, and if it gives me a problem, I'll just switch. So I just put these nail holes, these nail heads, I should say, right on the pieces of the fence. Of course, we only get to see 2 of them. So if by some chance I shortchanged you, this one is a definite and this one's a definite. The other ones do get covered. So I'm hoping I didn't shortchange anybody, but if I did, these 2 are the ones that show. Okay. So our fence is done. So let's see what else we have in this little basket of goodness. All right. So I have to say, I didn't notice it until I looked at it afterwards. I'm getting out the pieces to my clay pot. Okay. So now, on my sample, look, I'm throwing myself right down the river. On my sample, I did light with dark, and I did dark with light. So, I think I really like the dark with the light a little bit better. Again, 2-toned. So I'm going to put my darks showing of my pots, and I am going to leave my darks showing of the rims, because I'm just going to add adhesive on those rims, and I'm going to put it on. It's such a slight little detail, but I feel like details are important, and I like that. So it's all about the details. So now you have a little pile of dirt here. So what we're going to do is we're going to just take adhesive and put it on the pot, and we're going to put it right on top of the dirt. So you have your pot with the dirt. We do have to look through all our little goodies, which I really didn't organize, and I always ask you guys to organize, and I didn't. So I was a bad girl and didn't take my own advice. So I'm just looking right now for my little tulip, my greenery. And I'm going to do the lighter of the greenery. I don't know why, but I just am. You could do the darker if you'd like. You don't have to go super crazy. Just want to do it at the bottom, just so it gets attached right there into the dirt. And then we have our little tulip. And what I did with the tulip was you have, the tulip is also 2-toned. So you can go either the light in the back and the dark in the front, or you could do the dark in the back and the light in the front. And I know it makes more sense really to have it this way, but I like this color better. So I want it to be on the front. I want it to be brighter. So I am going to do it that way. But you guys can do it however you would like. And then I'm just going to put a little adhesive at the top of that stem and stick that tulip on there. I'm going to try to do it a little on the straighter side. So now my little tulip in the pot is done. I just look like my hands are right in the way. I'm so sorry. There's no other way for me to do that though. But we could put that on there. I see a familiar name, Miss Tony. Hope you're doing well. Okay, so now we're gonna put together our little box, our little crate. So it has 3 pieces. It has the lines, the holes, and the solid. So what we're going to do is we're going to, and it doesn't matter which side of any of this, because it's not double-sided tone on tone or anything. You're going to line that up. So the dark is on the back of the ones with the holes. And then you are going to put adhesive on your chocolate brown. I see Lillian's here too. Can't wait to see you guys next month. And I'm so sorry about everybody else. I'm very excited that you're here as well. But your name and your face escape me at the moment. It's been over a year. So it's kind of hard and crazy to believe that is that long. So I'm very, very excited to meet new people, to see some old faces, and to get back to the library. I'm so excited. Okay, so now we have our tulips. Now I did the darker side. It doesn't really matter if you want it to go either way. So it doesn't matter. I'm just going to put some adhesive on the grass. I'm going to take my crate and I'm going to cover it right on top. That's one piece now. And you have 3 of the tulips. I'm going to do the easy one first because I can tell this one's small. I'm going to put that together. This one looks bigger. If by some chance I gave you 2 mediums and it's not covering the large, all you have to just do is take your scissors and just trim away a little bit of the green part of the tulip. Like you could, I'll just show you, even though mine is correct. I didn't give myself any issues. You could just go like that, okay? And you might just want to trim the top too. Okay, this is like a little cheat, just in case, okay? So I trimmed that green away. And then it's the big tulip. So I'm going to put some adhesive on that big tulip. And I'm just going to make sure I cover the bottom. And I went too low because I can see the top of the green. Maybe that isn't the right one. So maybe I'm showing you something that I needed to do myself. So you're just going to put that at the bottom there. And then nobody will be the wiser. It's actually easier sometimes just to, I don't know why I flipped it over. It's one-sided. Sometimes it's easier because then you don't have to line things up as much. And it's like kind of hard because like right here on mine, my green's showing a little bit. But that's a little cheat, see? Like you see that on the back. So just make sure since that I have adhesive that's showing, I'm not going to lay mine on top of anything. I'm going to kind of move it on the side by itself so it doesn't stick to anything. All right. So now we're going to work on our little bumblebee. Okay? Our little bumblebee. So what we need to do, oh, look at this. I'm missing the white eyes. I hope you guys aren't missing the white eyes. But I'm missing the white eyes. I hope not. All right. I'll make sure I bring some white eyes. If anybody is missing anything from any kit, you can always just text me. I have no problem giving you my number. Just text me. My number is 631-521-1975. And just tell me who you are and if you're missing something, and I'll be happy to get it to you. We'll figure out a way if I either throw it in the mail or if I meet you at the library when I'm at the library, or who knows, maybe it's in another bag, or maybe I'm the only one that's missing them. But I hope not. I do have a whole bag of little tricks here, but this isn't for this kit. So, I don't know. I really don't know. Okay. So my little birdie's going to look a little different than your little birdie, hopefully. Okay. So, our bumblebee. Or maybe it's just stuck and I'm just like, oh, look at that. I went across and went nuts over nothing. It's right there. Phew. Okay, good. Okay. So my bumblebee. See, I'm all over the place tonight. I'm sorry. Let's see. the Bumblebee. I want the darker side to show, so I'm going to put adhesive on the lighter side. So there's my little bee. And then I'm going to put some adhesive on my little head. And push that down. And now, the bees are always interesting. Let me just see where I put my tweezers because I found them, which I never can find tweezers ever. So, the top stripe is going to be the rounded edges. So it's the rounded edges one. Okay, so I have it there for you. I hope you could see that. And I didn't move my hand too bad for you. That's good. All right, so look at me. And then I have my little tweezers. I don't usually use tweezers. Some people use them all the time and they're perfect tweezer users. Not me. And then the second one is the sides are going up. Okay. So that's what that second one looks like. And again, it doesn't matter which side you put adhesive on because it's black all the way through. And then that's going to go at the bottom where it fits. That's the only way I know how to explain it. When you line it up, if the two sides touch the outer side of the bee, it is in its place. So there's that bee. Okay, he's nice and done and easy. And now all we have to do is our bird. And our bird's going to sit in our little pot. So that's why I didn't put the pot too far away. So we're going to build his little face first. Now that I'm so excited that I have his eyes. When I did it, I used the lighter side. And you know that I used the lighter side because his little tail is going towards the left. So if you want him to go towards his tail, if you want it to be on the darker side, his tail is going to go off the side of the page. So you might have to change the placement of your birds. Okay. So I'm going to take my little wing. My wing's going to go on first. So I'm going to put adhesive on the darker side. So there's my wing that I didn't line up at all. So start towards the outside and go into the middle. And then, oh, sorry, stop. Don't do the wing yet. I'm going to do the body first. I apologize. So sorry. I'm going to put the body on first. And you might go, why are we putting that body even on there? So it just makes the tail look like it's behind the body. It's just that subtle stuff when you're building these cutesy little guys. It's just the subtle stuff. And I'm just going to put a little adhesive on the bottom of his head to grab onto his body. Okay. And then we're just going to do the placement of the white eyes and his little beak. So again, I did the bright side of the yellow. Okay. So you can just put adhesive at the bottom of his beak. So you like the placement of his beak. Then you could take his eyes, put some adhesive on the back of his eyes, and you can just stick it behind his little beak. And then his little blacks of his eyes are going to go right in there. And there's his little cutesy little face. He is so adorable. And then we're going to take some adhesive and we are going to put it at the bottom of his body. And we're going to set him right in to the pot. All right. Not 100% in love with how much adhesive's on there. So I'm just going to put a little extra on his wing to hold his head. All right. So that is that. So now we're going to start to put the page together since everything is together. So you have some grass. So what I'm going, oh, don't do the grass yet. I'm going to do the fence. Sorry. We're going to take our fence that we put together earlier, and we're going to take our grass at the same time. So the grass goes across the bottom, and the fence is going to go pretty much close to the bottom of the page so that the grass covers the bottom of the fence so it doesn't look like the fence is floating. All right, and my fence I pretty much put in the middle of the page. So what I am going to do is I'm going to remove my my grass, and I'm going to tack down my fence. So I just put a little bit of adhesive so it'll catch that post, and a little bit of adhesive, and it'll go right in the middle. This is when this little thing comes in handy. Even though it's probably going to get covered, I just want to get that extra adhesive off of there. So now it's not sticky right there anymore. So let's see, my fence is tacked down enough, because enough things are going to go on top of it. It's not going to go anywhere. Now I'm going to take my grass. You can either pick the grass to be on the darker side or the lighter side. And I think I'm going to do the lighter side. So it's totally up to you. It doesn't even matter. Because on my other one, I have to say, it's my grass blades are going the other way. So it's not a big deal at all. All you have to just do is when we do the next page, you just be consistent. Okay, just make sure it's going to fit on there. Just put adhesive along the bottom of your grass and push it right down. Okay. Now we're just going to lay things out to see where everything is going to fit. The reason why we put adhesive across the bottom is because we're going to take our little bird in the pot, and he's going to be going behind the blades of grass. All right, and he goes pretty much to the side. So we're just going to place him in there for right this second. And then we need to lay out our tulips over here. Okay. See, like on this one, I didn't, on my original one, you could see the bottom one, but you can't see the top one. But this one, you see the top one. So everyone is so different, no matter what you do. And I have the crate, so the crate is right down to the grass. And we're not going to worry about the bee because he's really small. We don't really have to worry right now about the tulip because it's not really that important at the moment for laying the page out. The sun is up here, and my cloud, the two bumps are to the right and the one bump is to the left, but it's a cloud, so you do it however you want. You can have it that the sun's coming out of the top and the bottom, whatever. You do whatever you like. And we're just going to make sure everything is going to fit. So I'm just laying everything out. My title is pretty close to the top of the page because I want to make sure that my photo mats fit. So I'm going to move my sun, and then I'm going to do that and move that a little bit over. I have it so that the photo mat on the right hand side is just sitting right on the fence on that piece that we added. It's just what I decided to do. You don't have to do that. You make up your mind what you want to do. It's all good. And you could put that cloud as much behind there as you want to, and your sun. Okay, so I think I really like the way that that looks. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to just use a different tape runner. because that one, oh, and open this tape on him. Just put adhesive right there. Set him right down. Right there. And then I'm going to just add adhesive to the back of the crate. Just make sure that your flowers are on the page, that they're not hanging off. You like where they're going to be. You might want to scoot them over. You might want to do whatever. Doesn't really matter. And then I'm just going to now, since it's where it's going to be, I'm going to just put a little adhesive so the tulip heads aren't popping around. I know that I want to put this guy down. And I want to do it here. Now, the title is going to get pop dotted. So hope to God this pop dot's in there. If not, yours isn't pop dotted. I'm sorry. But I'm hoping that it is. Okay, so just playing with my son. I'm always afraid that I'm going to forget something when I put it in a kit like that. Because before the library, I always try to include them. When I do a regular kit that I sell on the side, I don't include them. So you guys are extra special at the library. Okay. Just in case you didn't know that already. It's always good to be extra special. All right. Just going to put that there. And then I'm going to pop that. So I'm going to just use my pop dots that I have here. I'm not really sure if you have ever used them before. I just have a whole bunch of ones that are left over from other projects, so I'm just using them right now. Just put a couple of them out. What I ended up giving you guys is going to be for the whole project. So on this page, we have the title that's being pop dotted and both the tulip and the bee. And on the other page, just a little inchworm is going to be pop dotted. So these are on, so I'm just going to peel the backs right off. And here we go. And then we'll flip this guy right over and press it down. So there's our little title. And then, like I said, I pop dotted the tulip. And that's going to just go right in the middle. And this is garbage. And then I have another pop dot for that bee. Okay. And I put my photo mats a little closer this time, but I still think that bee looks really cute right there. And I put it so that the pop dot doesn't overlap either of the frames, so you can put your pictures right in and that bee won't be in the way. So this is our page. It's all complete. I'm going to put it on the side and we're going to add detailing to this after we finish the next page. Okay, so that page is complete. So that is pretty awesome. All right. Get rid of all this stuff so it's not so distracting. Okay. And now we have our other page. Oh, I don't know why I pulled it over. We have to put everything together. So silly. All right. So now we're going to take out our third and final bag because this bag is totally full. So just be very careful when you're emptying out this bag. Lots and lots of goodies in here. Okay. Just gotta That doesn't want to come out. Okay. So again, the first thing I always do is my photo mats. It's the light gray and the light gray. Unless you did it different on the other page, and if you did it different on the other page, just be consistent. And if you weren't consistent on the other page and you did 1 and 1, then just kind of change it up on this side too. Because there's really no right or wrong way of doing it. It's just that you want it to look intentional. So that is that. I always feel like it's your page. No one knows what I designed. It's what you interpreted and what you chose to do. I do have one lady that changes everything up, and that's totally fine. I'm glad that I'm able to spark her imagination, that she likes to take the class and she likes to change things up. I think it's interesting because sometimes I'm like, I never thought of that. So here we go. All my pieces to my bird. And my inchworm. That's my cloud. This is my birdhouse. See, I'm being better this time to try to get all the pieces together. I didn't take my own advice last time. But that's okay. It still went pretty smooth, except for those eyes that scared the heck out of me. Hate when that happens. Okay. And then the heart there. Here we go. Oh goodness, and I thought I shortchanged myself a tulip, but I didn't. All right. I see, I always blame myself for shortchanging everybody. I jump too fast. Sometimes some people do too, and then they go, up, here it is. And that always makes me feel better. And they're like, I'm so sorry. I'm like, it's okay, as long as I had the pieces to give you. It's all good. So now we're going to do our fence again, just like we did last time. Just going to add the little strips right across. Nice and easy. Right. Nice and simple. And there we go. And then we're just going to add our little nail heads, not rivets. Nail heads. See, this time I was very giving to this kit. This person would have gotten an extra one. Sometimes they stick together, and I just hope it doesn't mean that one person's short. When I have the little things, I usually cut a little extra. So I'm hoping that's what this was. So my little fence is all taken care of. And now, since we're so good at building these crates, we can just whip this crate right out. So, and why I flipped it over, I do not know, because it's the same on both sides. I'm going to match it all up. And then right across the lines, going to match that up. Okay, so again, our little crate. Oh, I don't know why I did that, because I could probably add my flowers. I did the dark side again because I wanted my little tulip on the right. No real reason. It's just what I did. So you do whatever you would like to do. Look, I'm pulling it and it's not even on there all the way. There we go. Gonna cover that up. Put that down. Look for my tulips. See, when we do it this way and you do piece by piece, you can just see the paper being just reduced in front of you, so it's not so overwhelming, because I never want anybody to be overwhelmed. This is supposed to be for fun. And I know some people get a little a little intimidated because there's so many pieces. And I don't understand why it's not lining up right. So I'm going to just do my little trick again. And I'm just going to trim off some of that green tulip. And then I'm just going to put that purple tulip down. And it fits so much better. And let's just see. That one's absolutely fine. I don't know, it was that big one for whatever reason. Don't have any clue. And I don't like the way that this little guy is sitting either. So I'm just going to trim him. Just make sure you trim the green and not the purple. Because that wouldn't be good then. All right, so that is my tulips. I'm going to do my birdhouse. So now, again, the birdhouse is dark and light. I did my grass light, so I think I want to do my birdhouse dark. Okay, so you do whatever you want. And that's the same thing goes for the little roof. So I don't think there's a difference in the roofs. So I'm just going to lay them out before I put adhesive on them. I'm putting the lighter of the turquoise on there. And everything is good for me. I lined it up. Everything fits. So, because I think they're exactly the same size. But I couldn't remember. So I like to lay them out before I glue them just so that there's less of a problem. Okay. And then what I did with the holes, either you can lay them on top, which actually I think I might like. In my sample, I did them from behind. You could do it from either behind, or do you want to do on the front? Well, if you like the hole to be a little bit bigger, put it on the top. And if you like the hole to be a little bit smaller, put it from behind. I think I'm going to do both, just to be different. So the hole at the bottom, I put on top, so it's a bigger hole. And then the hole on the top, I'm going to put from the back. So just remember that there's going to be a little adhesive on there. So you just want to, if you have to remove some with your adhesive eraser, that's great. And if you need to buy one, Dollar Tree, $1. Okay, and let me tell you, what a bargain, because we used to pay a lot more for them from other companies. All right. I'm going to bring it a little bit closer, Pat. I'm sorry. I don't know how long ago you put that up there. I'm assuming it's the birdhouse. If not, I'll go over everything. So I just put the lighter of the blue on top of the darker of the green. And I put the black hole on the bottom on top and the other hole from behind, so they look like two different sizes. And I added the heart. I'm sorry you guys are having a hard time seeing tonight. No one's ever said anything to me before, and this is the setting I've always used. And I don't know how to zoom. And I'm actually a little afraid to move my little periscope here. You guys are moving. I don't want to get you sick. Yeah, I'm just going to leave everything. And sorry that it moved and shaked and if it made anybody ill. I would say I would know how to fix that for you for next time, but next time we're going to be in person, so you get to deal with me in the flesh. So, I'm sorry. The crate was the same exact way that we did the crate before. So, I don't know if you need me to show you that again. It is the darkest of the brown. It's like a brownish black. And that goes behind the tan with the holes. And then on top goes the the brown, the chocolate brown with the pieces missing out of it. And I just glued it to the green, and it was the darker green, and I just added those flowers. So that was the same as last time, and the fence was the same as last time. So I'm assuming it was the birdhouse that you wanted to see. So I hope that's all good and everybody can see that. There's nothing to do with our cloud, so I'm not going to worry about that. This is extra. We're going to deal with our bird. And our bird is really pretty much the same as last time. I did the lighter of the blue again. We're going to put the body on first. So I'm putting adhesive on the darker side. So we're going to put that little body on there. So it makes the wings look like they're from behind and the tail from behind. And I'm going to put a little adhesive on his neck, and I'm going to add his little head. And then the beak goes pointed down. I don't know if I really said that before. It kind of looks like more of like the U at the bottom, okay? So what I did on the lighter side, I put on the bottom of the, like that U part. So it looks like a bowl. That's what I can say. It looks like a bowl. You can put that right down. And then I'm going to take my little eyes, white eyes, and stick them so they're right behind the little beak. And then the black eyes, I'm going to stick that in there as well. So it makes his sweet little eyes. Okay. And I'm just pulling his beak down a little bit because he looked like he was a little scrunched. So there's my little bird, nice and close so you can see. So you can see that. So you can see this tummy went on, then his head, and then his beak and his eyes. Okay. So put that on the side. And now this guy, he's a little bit more to do. I'm just looking to see if I can put this up so you can see it a little bit better. I just wanted to remove this tag from this little box. So I'm going to come a little closer so you guys can see this a little bit better. So I'm hoping that this will help, that you're a little bit higher. Okay. So I have it so that my inchworm is, his body is to the right. Okay, if that makes any sense. So what we're going to do is we're going to take his little eyes that aren't so little because they are big, oversized eyes. So he looks a little, I don't know, he looks smart if you ask me, those big eyes. So his eyes are going to be like so. So what I'm going to just do is I'm going to take my black eyes and I want to put them in the center of the white eyes, just so I don't lose them. And then, because everything is sticking to each other, because I think everything on here is a little static, clingy. So now I'm going to do, I want to see the bottom of his cheeks a little bit. So there's his eyes. So they're very, very big. Okay. And then there's an oval for his nose. So just put that on the side, okay? Because we don't want to use that just yet. So now, if I remember correctly, we're going to start from the right and move to the left. So I did the darker of the pink, and then it doesn't really matter what you guys do, but I'm going to do the lighter of the green, and then I have the purple, which is purple of the purple, And then it's going to be the brighter of the yellow. Okay. And then it's going to be the bigger piece of the turquoise. And I did it on the darker side. And you guys are probably not going to see it very well because it's turquoise. The container is turquoise. And then at the very top, I did the lighter of the blue. So what we're going to do is we are going to start from the right-hand side. And we are going, I'm just going to put adhesive right across that little guy's body. And I'm going to take the yellow and then the green. And it kind of covers each other just a little bit. Not a lot, just it overlaps just a little. And then comes the purple. So you see that I'm doing. Trying to see that. I don't know if you can see it even that well. But you can see what I did. I did the pink and then the green, then the purple, and then I'm going to take the yellow. And remember, that's one-handed, and I can't do it one-handed. All right. And then I'm going to take that bigger piece of his tummy. I'm going to lay it right there. So I'm going to lay it right there, and it overlaps the yellow. And then I'm going to take like his collar right underneath his head. And I'm going to put that right there. And then his little nose. I want his nose to be on the lighter side. And there you go. So that's his little nose. So I did the pink, the green, the purple, the yellow, and then I overlapped it with the color that matches the container almost exactly. So maybe I'll just do this really quickly, and you can maybe see it a little better. And then it was the turquoise, and then I did the lighter of the blue, and then I put his little nose. So that's our little inchworm. So he's really cute with his little buggy eyes. Love him. All right, so let me move this. Gonna bring that paper back. Okay. So now, what I did with this grass, first of all, you have to remember which side you're going to use. So I use the lighter side. So I'm going to flip mine, okay? So now, when I did my original, I actually had it on the darker side, but it's totally fine. What we're going to just do is we are going to take our scissors and we are going to eye up this grass and we're going to trim it just a little bit. I just want to trim this because when I took it off the mat, it left a white spot, so I don't know why. So, for you to understand what I wanted to say is, well, this is the original, okay? So, what I did was I have the grass, and the grass goes behind this photo mat, but then I wanted a little piece of that grass to go in front of the photo mat. If you want that look, we're going to make that happen right now, okay? So what I want to do is, with this large blade of grass right here, I am going to trim it, okay? And you might go, I don't want to do that. If you don't want to do that, you don't have to. You can do it like we did before. We're going to take our adhesive and we're going to run it right across the bottom. This time I'm going to do it a little bit different, and I'm going to get rid of this one because I like my dotted one better. I'm going to just take adhesive and I'm going to, oh my goodness, I guess I bought some adhesive that has issues. God, I hate when that happens. Okay, just want to put a little adhesive there. Okay, so now when you're going to put your fence this time, it's going to be a little bit more to the right because if you put it in the middle, it is going to be lost behind that photo mat. So I'm going to put my fence down. If you notice, I just laid it gently. I didn't want it to be pushed down just yet. And then I'm going to have my little grass. Okay. Then I'm going to take my photo mat, and my photo mat is going to go right on here. So what we're going to do is we're going to take our adhesive and we're going to put it down so that it is near the bottom and about half an inch from the side. Okay, and that's going to go down. And then we're going to take our other piece, and this one big piece of grass is really very big. I'm going to get rid of that only because it wasn't in the first one, because I ended up, I should say the first one, the sample, because I ended up having my grass up the opposite way. I decided to make this one a little bit, I made this one the lighter color. So anyway, I'm going to match up the bottom of the grass. Right here, I'm going to match up the bottom of the grass with this grass. I'm going to put adhesive towards the right and very little on the bottom because I do not want it to go on the photo mat, okay? So you can have as much covering that photo mat as you want, as much or as little as you want. I just want a little bit. And you might say, oh no, the grass is overlapping there. Don't you worry, because our little grasshopper is going to sit right in there. I didn't do so good with putting his nose on though. There we go. So he's going to cover all of that up and no one's going to see that. And it's just kind of cutesy, I think. But anyway, that's just my thought process. So we're not going to put him down yet because he's going to get pop dotted. All right. So we're going to take our birdhouse. And the birdhouse actually just sits on the top of the fence. I'm just going to like leave it there for right now. I have it so one of the pickets is showing. Okay. And you want to make sure that the birdhouse is in a place that the bird's tail is not going to fall off the page. So you're going to scoot your little house over to your bird fits. So we're just going to lay everything out first just to make sure. And this time I'm going to change my direction because I didn't last time of my cloud because I want the two little bumps to show. So it's just sitting a little behind that little cutesy bird. And then we have our other two mats that are going to fit right in there. Okay. And then we have our flowers that are, my goodness, my grass is so crooked. I think my grass is going to just stay crooked. All right. I don't know what I was thinking when I put that down. Okay. And then we have, just want to make sure we have enough room for everybody. Everybody fits. So now we're going to glue everything down. So I'm going to just start with my photo mats. Just because I have no idea. And I think I'm crooked again. Maybe I'm just crooked. I know that I am. I never put anything straight. I'm so bad at that. And I have to tell you, half the time I stand up, sit down. You would think I'd be skinny. You know what? I'm having a hard time making this guy straight. So I'm going to intentionally put it on the angle there. So that's like one of my secrets. It can't be crooked if it's on an angle. Okay, so now this cutesy little cloud is going to go behind him. And this little, there we go, perfect. And then I'm going to take my birdhouse and put that birdhouse so it's sitting on the fence. And then I'm going to take the bird and see, like, you can pop dot the bird because the bird is behind the birdhouse. If you wanted to pop dot the birdhouse, you're more than welcome to. But I'm famous for saying when you pop dot everything, nothing is pop dotted, okay? That is my little thing that I say. So I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to put a little bit of adhesive on my tulips and on the little crate. Put that down, press it down. And now I just have to pop dot my little guy. All right, so I'm gonna just do 3 little pop dots on him, and then take off the backings, and I'm gonna put it down so it's not going to at all interfere with that photo mat. And you'll understand that more so when you go to put your pictures on. You're going to go, yes, I could just slip them in. Because these pieces right here have no adhesive on. You can slip them right in. Okay. So everything is down. So we're going to add a little bit of chalk and a little bit of pen. Now, the chalk that I'm using is from Pebbles. I don't know if they're even making it anymore. I know so many of you already have purchased it. If anybody is new to doing this, you can buy like chalk pastels. Don't get oil pastels, chalk pastels. They sell them in Michael's, they sell them in Joann's. I know in Joann's they have them in the back by the Wood. It's like the aisle before the Wood if you're in the Holbrook store. And they go on sale for like $5. So it's a really good deal. And you can use a Q-tip or a makeup applicator, like eyeshadow makeup applicator from the Dollar Tree. So that part's really great. So I'm going to just use a pen first. I did show you guys these a while ago, a couple times ago. I'm not sure if they still have them at Five Below, but these are 6 artist pens for $3.25, which is a steal. Because I think this pen is like $2 and change at Michael's. So it's like archival ink. This isn't archival ink, but it works the same, so it's totally fine. So what I'm going to just do is I'm just going to add some detail. But going with back to these pens for a second, they are all numbered. This one is a 2. I think it's 0.2. 0.02. That's what I really think it is. No, 0.2. And it's 0.2. I'll get it out right. If you get these artist pens at not Big Lots, Five Below, you get 6 of them. You just don't want to use that brush one. That brush one won't work really well for us. The 2 is the thinnest and the 1.0 is the thickest. So you want to try them on a separate sheet of paper before you start to draw with them. Some people like the thin ones, some people like the thick ones. My favorite is the 2 or the 5, and I don't think there's a 5 in this one. It's a 6 and a 4. So that's that. And then I just kind of did a little bit of swirliness around his head just to give him a little bit of detail, like his feathers. I used to do woodworking, and this always gave everything such cute definition. Some people call this dots and dashes, and I just call it penning. So whatever you want to call it. Just giving everything just a little bit of detail. And it's all good. All right. And then I did the heart, but I don't know how much I like that I did it. I guess so. But would like it to stand out a little bit. It just really, you might not think it gives everything such definition, but when we add the chalk as well, it really makes things pop and you really see more dimension. And the pieces just jump off the page and they look like coloring books, I think. And then when you add the pictures, oh my goodness. And I don't even have any little kids anymore for these. And I babysit now, so I don't know. I don't know if I'm going to add some pictures for my little guys, give them to their mom. I'm not too sure. Maybe. So yeah, just a little bit of definition. I'm not going to do any definition of the grass. I just wanted to find all of these little inchworm pieces. This has enough definition. So I'm just going to bring it a little closer so you can see what I did. So I just did a little bit on the bird and down the, oh, you can't even see the bird. I went too close. My goodness, I'm coming down. Coming back down a little bit. See, there we go. So I did the definition on the bird and on the birdhouse, on the flowers and the stems, the top of his little head and on his body. And now I'm going to show you, well, actually I'm going to do the other page and then we're going to do chalk. Okay, so here's our first page. I'm going to do a little bit of the inner part of the sun. I'm not going to do the outer part because it's just too much detail. And I like to do like big strokes and then little dots and dashes there, I guess. Maybe that's why people call it dots and dashes, because I'm like, I like to do the little dots and dashes. But I call it penning. And I'm just putting 3 little dots in the center of my little flowers. Don't know why, just and a little bit of detail on my bee's wings, just because I want it not to be able to just disappear with the fence. And let's see. Just want to look at what I did on the other one. And I just kind of gave him a little bit, so it's not like it's totally following his head, just because I want it to kind of look a little bit like feathers. I don't really know exactly how that would look, but maybe like that. I don't know. I'm going to add some eyelashes to this bird. I know birds don't have eyelashes, but my bird does. And a little bit of detail to the pot. And a little detail to the fence. There we go. A little detail to my tulips. And my leaves. Oh, maybe a little bit to my little. I didn't do it on this one, only one is showing. I did on that one now. Okay. And then a little bit on my tulip. And my leaves. Okay. A little bit more to my fence. I feel like I did so much more on the other fence. You want to just be consistent so it looks all intentional. Okay. And then the little chalk. I'm going to use like a darker blue. I think, yeah, darker blue, just to give her a little detail. If you want to do a little pink on the cheeks, you certainly can. You will see how cool this works. If by some chance you go and you do a little bit of research, the chalk that I am using is Pebbles chalk, classic chalks, 30 basic bright shades. So it's Pebbles ink. I'm not 100% sure if they are still even around making these, but you might be able to find them. We used to always sell them at AC Moore, and that was the one place you could find them. I've never seen them in any of the other craft stores. I'm just going to stick with that blue right now, and I'm going to do the blue on the other bird. And it just gives it so much dimension. And it just like wants to jump off the page. Remember when you used to color and used to outline, and then you would color in? That's kind of like, that reminds me of this. So, I don't know. I don't know why I just feel like it looks so far away tonight when I know I didn't change anything with my settings. So that's very, very interesting to me. I don't pretend to be the Facebook queen, that is for sure. This whole experience has been eye-opening. There's so many little things technology-wise that I learned. I just put a little bit of light blue on the wings of the bee, just because I wanted them to jump out a little bit. In the last class, I think I did the bees with blue on them. And somebody said that they didn't like them with the blue, so I decided to go back to the white. So, I don't know, maybe the blue really was the way to go. I use a little bit of red on the pink, so it does pop. And then I try to go a little bit darker. Sometimes on yellow I do put orange, but I did use a bright, bright, bright yellow on the beaks. And I didn't use it when I did the little caterpillar, because I'm trying to do the caterpillar every time. I didn't do the bumblebee in the black and the yellow, because I think it stands out enough on its own. Okay. And then let's see, I use some darker green. My darker green is almost finished with this. Excuse me. So I'm very lucky that I have a couple backups. And like when you come to the library, I have these to usually share. Not exactly sure how that's all going to happen. I don't think we're allowed to use shared things right now. So I'm really not sure. I'm going to have to check with the librarian and see what she says, if she knows anything. I'm also going to probably just check with my girlfriend who's a school teacher, and maybe she'll probably shed a little light on me, like what the rules are for that. So I'm kind of thinking that maybe we might be able to use the chalk, but maybe I'll bring Q-tips. So you could use the Q-tips and then you'll just throw out your Q-tips. I'm thinking that might be a possibility, but we'll see how that goes in June. Things change on a daily basis. I'm not telling you anything that you don't know. So what's good today might not be good tomorrow, and vice versa. Okay, so just getting a little bit of green out there. So I did put a little detail on my grass with the shading of the chalk instead of the pen and the chalk. I didn't really want to do that. And then it might sound really weird, but I'm going to put a little bit of black on my pots because I really want them to stand out a little bit and make it be a little defined. So I did that, and then I have to get purple for my cutesy dootsy's little that purple's not showing up too well. Let's see. Oh, because I didn't put enough on there. Okay. And a little bit of purple. And see, I'm just dragging it along. There's no rhyme or reason for me. Oh, and I have to do purple down here. That's great. And then I'm just going to do a little of some turquoise, just so there's turquoise on here, so that doesn't look like I left that part out. And I need to do some brown on my bins, my crates, I should say. I've been calling them crates the whole entire night, and now I start to call them bins. Ay, ay, ay. Like you'll have any idea what I'm talking about. These are crates. All right. And then I want to use just a little bit of gray on the fence, just to give it a little bit of shadowing. There's two shades. I like to mix them. And that's the nice part of the pastels. If you're using the pastels, if you decide to buy the chalk pastels, if you did, like, let's just say you didn't get a chance to buy these and it was just easier to get them in Michael's or to get them in Joann's, they have so many colors. Like they have 36 or 24. You can get them and you can mix some colors and get some really, really pretty shades. You might think like, oh my God, it's going to rub off. It doesn't. It actually really sets in here, and it's not a big deal. And I'm going to add a little bit to the clouds too. So it just sets, it just gives everything just a little bit of something. I don't know what that little bit of something is. It's just a little oomph. And it makes a nice difference. And I know that a lot of you guys have gotten hooked on it in person. So I just can't wait to talk to you guys and see what you guys have to say, how I did, how, you know, how you liked it on Facebook. I'm assuming that it's just so much more fun in person. Some things I think you get to see a little bit better actually on Facebook, some of the detail. But I'm really looking forward to seeing everybody and looking forward to getting back to some sort of normal. The only thing that I didn't do so far is add a little bit of detail in the little bird's eyes. This is a white gel pen. If you have a teenagers, for whatever reason, whoever it is, especially girls, they just love gel pens when they're like, I don't know, like in the middle school age, junior high age. They write like each sentence in a different color. And you can always get the gel pens, but this gel pen you can get in a set, or you can buy it singularly in Michael's. It's called a jelly roll, and they're about $1.99, and they're by the scrapbooking section. So again, it's called the jelly roll. You're never going to be able to read it on here because it's like white on white, and so it's a white gel pen. So if by some chance you have a teenage girl and she's got some gel pens, she probably doesn't want a white one. Just see if you can borrow that, you know, like they do. You borrow it and you never bring it back, because that's what they're all so good at doing. Well, anyway, mine does anyway. Mine always was a one-way street. And right now she'll probably be like, Mom, I can't believe you said that. And I'd be like, why? It's the truth. Yeah, and I just did it on the little doors to get into that birdhouse. So let's just see. We are all finished with this tonight, and I'm so happy with it. It really is very cute, and it is very happy. Very bright and happy. So I'm very happy with that. I could say happy anymore, I don't know. I did want to share with you what we are going to be doing at the library in June. All about the show and tell. And honestly, if you did any of my pages and you have pictures on them, I would love to see an album. Because some of you have been with me for such a long time, and I love seeing people's things. I just want to show you what we're going to be doing next month. It's going to be a pretty straightforward layout. A lot of fun. A couple different techniques with ripping. We're going to be ripping our title and adding some, these are like pocket cards. So we're going to add some pocket cards on there. So this is going to be a really good way to get back into it in person. I figured make it a little bit straightforward, and because we're probably all going to be catching up. So who's, you know, I know how I am, because I want to know how everyone's doing, and then get a project done out of it. So, and then I'll be able to thank everybody for joining me on this Facebook little adventure. That's what it really is. Actually, I have to tell you, I like this turned like that. It looks very, very, very cute. But again, I want to say thank you so much for joining me tonight. I hope you love the layout as much as I do. I actually do have some pictures. I think I'm going to put my little boys on here, and I'm looking forward to adding them. And I hope you are too. And that's really about it. So, again, thank you so much for joining me. I hope you enjoyed tonight's class, and I hope to see you in person next month. Oh, you know what I didn't tell you? It's going to be, and I even got my book. It's going to be on Thursday, June 10th. Okay, so that is the summer page. So you can tell your friends. If you know somebody who maybe is new to scrapbooking, it might be a really good way to get somebody involved. All right, thank you everybody. Hope you have a wonderful night. Stay well, stay safe, and looking forward to seeing you next month. Thank you again for joining me. Take care. Bye-bye.